Hey everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope day one was decent for you. I talked to some of you on the phone and through emails, and people are posting, and the excitement is starting to kick off. After talking to a couple of you today, you mentioned that it might be a good thing for me to do a video to show you how to maneuver through the course. Now, everything you're seeing, you're going to see on my desktop, so I can show you the exact directions and give you examples and all those good things on how to make this course successful. So this is the front screen as soon as you log into E360. Now, of course, to get your courses, you'll go to Courses. Your only course that should show up should be the Online 90B PS1000, and here's our course. This is the course homepage. Now, you'll see on the course homepage that a couple announcements. I did announcements. This announcement just welcoming you, telling you about the Facebook community that I created just for this class and all my future PS1000 classes. Because one thing about college, and especially as adult learners, let me tell you, networking is important. Now, when you network and meet people, you build relationships, and that's really what the world of college is all about, building relationships. You never know who in this class you might be working for tomorrow, or somebody might be working for you tomorrow. So I wanted to make myself very accessible, and part of being accessible is I created this Facebook community so that way you all can network together. You can learn about it, say hi to each other, talk about things, discuss things, share job opportunities. If anybody needs a job, let's help each other out. And that's what this community is for. So if you do have Facebook and you want to join, please go like it. And then I will start posting things this evening on it. And just it's going to be educational topics, or it's just whatever you all want. It's just a place mostly to network. And then up here, here's the course introduction, a YouTube video that I created for you. Here is a week one introduction YouTube video that I created for you. Now, if you simply click on the link, the YouTube video will open actually in this window that you have open. So let's put it in a new tab. If you have a mouse, or if you're using a laptop, and you don't have a mouse, you want to right click or use the farthest right part of the place where you click on your mouse. And when you right click instead of left click on it, this menu opens. And so you want to choose open link in new tab. Therefore, a new tab opens, and bam, there's the video.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Oh, and that is really weird watching myself. So I'm going to go ahead and get that off of there. So do that for both of those videos, okay? Now, the second part, this is the home screen for the course. If you will scroll down, you're going to see that right here are the course documents. These are the weekly printouts or handouts that you want to use to tell you what assignments go along with this course. So week one student guide, the video that I did right here is directly off of this guide. So go ahead and download and save, and maybe even print off the guide if you want to. And this is the guide right here for week one college success skills. So let's just scroll down through this guide, and let's talk about the different things, the learning activities that we have to do, and give you some explanations a little bit. This is the week one devotion. The week one devotion, as I talked about in, I think, the introduction video, or the week one introduction video, talks about how together we can become lifelong learning. So do read this little small devotion, think about it, chew on it, eat it. How can you apply to it in your life? Now, here are these items that you must complete for this week. And that's why, if you could print it out, it'd be really cool. That way you can use this as a checklist. That is one of, as you saw in my video, that's one of the things that I have been adopting as I'm starting to write my dissertation, is create a checklist. So the first part of this, let's see, so the checklist. Let me just scroll down with me here. A little week one introduction, a little bit about prior learning assessments. This is learning activity number one. The very first thing you should do is introduce yourself to the class. Now let's go back to the class and find where you get to the introduction portion. I'll go up here. This is the course home. You want to click on discussion, the very second step. Click on discussion and introduction. Let's look at the facilitator forum. If you have any questions and you don't want to email me, or you want to ask me a question so that everybody can actually see the question in our discussion, this is where you'll do that. So if you have a question about homework, or a question about due dates, or any questions that you have, the facilitator forum is where you can ask, or you can email me, text me, call, whatever. But if you want to, you can post in the facilitator forum, and that way I can get back to you and the whole class can actually see the questions that you're asking. So let's go back to the discussion home. Now, right here, introductions, this is where you want to post your introduction. As you can see, people have posted. I've been posting all day with you. And how do you post? That's a good question. Go to the very bottom, right here, where it says add post. You will type in your data. I'm not going to really post this. I'm just typing. So you'll say, hi, my name is Jason, blah, 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 blah. And then after you finish typing, then you want to go ahead and press submit. Now, submit is where that will put you posting to the discussion board. Like, for instance, you'll see Dylan posted, Clarence, Monica, and some others. So once you press submit, I'll go ahead and do it, and you'll see what happens, and I'll delete it. See, so at the very bottom, you see that there's my post. So I'm going to delete this. You can't delete, I don't think you can delete your own post. I think only facilitators can do that. But I just wanted to show you how to post. Okay, so that's the first assignment. And let's go to the second assignment. The learning activity number 2 is the devotional. Now, let's just read it together. Applying perspectives throughout our learning process is an important aspect for recognizing and pursuing personal Christian development. Each student guide begins with a devotional that applies to the learning objectives and activities for the week. Read the devotion for the current week. All right, so read the devotion that was up here. And it's only half a page, and it's really good devotion. It's great. Whoever put it together, I think, is well thought. Now, after you read it, let's go back to the discussion. We're going to go back to the discussion home, and you're going to go to the week 1 devotion. And in this week 1 devotion, I want you to give me your thoughts about what you thought about the devotion. Again, go down here, into here, and add your post. Now, one thing that I want you to think about is, as college writers, even though this, we'll start out easy and start out slow. I'm not going to jump in and become like a stickler to grammar and writing skills. But eventually, by the time we do get out of this class, I will, require you to if writing is not a strength of yours, which we're going to talk about strengths and weaknesses in this class, then I want to help you with that. So please let me know if writing is a weakness. I will help you, because as you write your discussion forums, I will be grading on proper writing skills, complete sentences, complete paragraphs, subject-verb agreements, so forth, so forth. But don't worry, I will start out easy and increase as we go along through the 5 weeks, and even especially when we get into the next class, IT 1000, because I expect everybody to be in the next class with me. Okay, so that's learning activity 2. Now, learning activity 3, first of all, you need to click on these links and look at the tutorial for your webmail, Sonus, and your E360. After you search and read those tutorials, you're going to take a systems navigation quiz. Now, let me show you where that quiz is. So let's go back to the home page of the course home. Now, you'll go to test, okay? So course home, discussion, Dropbox, calendar, and test. Click on test, and you'll see right there where policy or systems navigation quiz. You should be able to just click on it. Of course, being an instructor, it's going to ask me to review and grade it, grade map, and all that stuff. So you should just be able to click on it. Like, there should be a link here, or maybe something down here to say take quiz. And then once you take that quiz, as the instructions say, you may retake the quiz as many times as you are necessary. Once you're finished, the grade will automatically transfer to your grade book. So, hey, take that quiz until you get 100%. This is an easy A that you can do, but make sure that you look at these tutorials first, okay? All right. Now, learning activity 4. Click on the link. Okay, so you want to read the academic policies. If you have your own computer, please bookmark and link this easily, because this right here, the OC Catalog Academic Policies, is basically going to be your go-to for any questions that you have about late work policy, attendance policy, plagiarism, anything at all. And then you want to do the financial aid video link and look at the details of financial aid. After you read those policies, you're going to take the policy quiz, okay? So it's just, let's go back to the quiz. So if you on your test menu, there's your policy quiz. Do that after you read about the academic policies and the financial aid policies, and you should have like a little take test or take quiz, which I don't have. Next, your learning activity is strengths and weaknesses exercise. You want to read this article. This article is amazing. I love this article. And then you're going to write 2 to 3 paragraphs outlining 2 strengths and 2 weaknesses and how they impact your academic success. Now, this is a hard assignment. As I said, this is one of the hardest assignments that a lot of my students in college has told me, because even in my business courses, I will make sure that everyone does a SWOT analysis, and this is exactly what it is, except for yours focusing on your strengths and weaknesses. Now, learning activity 5, it doesn't tell you where to post. So you will post in the Dropbox for learning activity 5. Now, and so what you'll do is go back to Dropbox, which is the third thing down from your course home. You'll see week 1, strengths and weaknesses. Click on that. And then you'll see, and you'll be able to choose your file and post. So make sure you do that and choose your file. Let me go ahead and do, because I'm trying to figure out, I don't want to show people's work on this video because it is a Dropbox item, it's not a discussion item. And so I'll show you how to post in this next one, because this next item is a learning activity communication discussion. And what this is you need to, if you're an online student, read this article, Communicating Through Discussion PDF article. It's another great discussion on how to communicate with your facilitator and how, there's a lot of ethics in communicating. Like, for instance, you cannot do a all caps text because people think you're yelling at them. So read that article, and then based on the reading assigned with the instructions relevant below, choose several points from the article that are especially relevant to your experience and share in the discussion. Okay, so now let's go back, and we're going to go back to the discussion, and communication discussion is right here. So then after you read that article, go ahead and give me your thoughts and opinions, and really try to give critical thinking. I'm going to actually do an example posting for you so you can follow my example for this communication discussion. So don't jump ahead just yet. Let me do that this evening for you, okay? And the very last thing you're going to do is a facilitator questions response. If you're an online student, read this article, Communicating with an Online Professor. Read that, and then write a response that involves crafting emails for these 3 things. So you have to have 3 different little paragraphs about how you would email me and say, Jason, we have an issue with a grade. I disagree with that grade. I want you to craft that example email on how you would write something like that. Okay, and then you will, for this one, you will actually put it in the Dropbox. So we'll go back to the Dropbox, facilitator question response, and then now for you should be able, since I'm a professor, you won't be able to see it, but you should be able to. Let me go into another course I'm taking, and I'll show you how to do a Dropbox, and I'll wrap the video up. This is my master's English course. So Dropbox. Okay, so for instance, here's week 1 journal entry. So right here, except for in your class, it'll show you, what is it called? Facilitator questions response. And what you'll do is upload your file by choosing file, save it. You have to type it in a Word document. Choose your file, and then it will tell you to find the file, and then you'll submit it. And then this is what it should look like. It says you have submitted the following files to the Dropbox. if your document has been uploaded correctly. Okay? So, my friends, that is the maneuver through the course. I'll put this on right here on the introduction here, and as soon as it's uploaded to YouTube, God bless you. I'm gonna get out of here, and if you have any questions, let me know.